Hey, hi, hello. Welcome back to of Contents and another episode of Ventures in Veurna. Yes, hello, hello. Um, we thank you guys for stopping in and giving us a listen. And hey, if you like what we're doing here and you like the story that we're telling, consider subscribing and reading that bell so you can keep seeing all of these people's wonderful faces. I would say something about my face, but we're not going to do that right now. Um, a recap.
You're beautiful.
I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. A recap of what happened last episode. Our last evening in Creekwall, y'all. The place that we all met. Where we all want to be forever young. I don't know where I'm going, but we had an interesting episode last episode where we got to follow people around a little bit and see what's going on. We followed Kristoff back to the inn where he was writing a letter back to the Lunar Sentinels, letting them know that he was going to be gone for a little bit. But then saw some crickety things happening in the inn, went to go update his letter, and then realized the Owlin innkeeper was not necessarily an Owlin, and got to meet Gam, Brother Gam himself, who we know by now his name is Gammis, and had a little bit of a one-on-one. Gammis wanted to know if Kristoff was a friend or foe, with Kristoff saying like, somewhere in the middle. Gam and Kristoff kind of had a almost standoff, and certainly had the most like confrontational interaction, but Gammis took his leave, and Kristoff took note of everything, and then also noticed a mysterious, well, not so mysterious woman down the hall, but then just kind of disappeared, along with the sounds of crickets. Bizarre. How bizarre. But we then pan over to Adara and Moss, who were trying to figure out how to get back at Nimble, the tabaxi that took advantage of Mimsy's hard work, and decided to not only steal her coin, but also put in a cursed coin that would eat all of her money, because that's what she deserved. With the help of Adara's familiar Pemby, he crawled through the mail slot, got the keys, got the box, put all the money through the slot, and you guys did your own little witch ritual to try to make a cursed gold coin, and threw it back into the box through the mail slot. You guys got caught by a guard who wasn't a guard, but was Gammis again, checking on his sisters, his witchy sisters, and warned you all that he is doing his best to keep the crickets at bay, but it's proving to be a little challenging, and to also be careful when you reach the Whispering Willow Woods, that place is deeply touched in the Feywild, or with like the energy of the Feywild, and to be cautious. And then he took his leave then, saying goodbye to his sisters and saying that he will keep an eye on them as always. We then pan over to Roke and Mimsy, where Mimsy just got done helping do a little bit of a tune-up to Yoren's mechanical horses, bid farewell till the morning to Yoren, and took off down the street, with more weird things happening there. Mimsy's hearing crickets, Roke going up to a homeless man, and the homeless man grabbing Roke by the wrist and introducing himself once again as Gammis, and again asking these two friend or foe, with Mimsy already friend, and then convincing Gammis that Roke is also indeed friend. There was a deal that was made for a good bit of coin if Roke and Mimsy continued protecting and watching over Adara and Moss, and it was for the most part agreed. You all got back to the inn. We had some interactions talking about Gam with Roke and Kristoff in their room, and the two sisters and Bird Sister having a little bit of a talk as well, with Mimsy learning more about the relic that the Witch Sisters are trying to fix back in their home, but things are still left very vague. The next morning at dawn, you guys met up with Yoren, hopped on the wagons, and continued your adventure. And that's where we left off last episode. But we do continue, leaving off, starting right where we left off, excuse me. and going from there. But yes. So, the wheels of the caravan creak softly as they cross the main bridge of Creekwall. The river below is carrying a quiet current of the early morning, and dawn has only just begun to touch the sky, painting the horizon in pale gold and soft blue, as the lanterns of the town burn dim behind you all. To your left, as you guys head north, across the Crest River, is the fishing town still of Creekwall, slowly but surely fading on this first day of travel. And then on your right is the Deepstone Wilds, that thick forest where some of us had some experience in, and knows that it has its own mysteries and whatnot. At the front of the caravan rides Kristoff on his Mount Zephyr, just leading the group slowly but surely, before picking up the pace later on today. Mimsy is still talking Adara's ear off about how the mechanical horses operate, with Adara doing her darndest to act interested. Moss is exhausted a little bit in the back of the wagon, not sleeping, but just resting, and not necessarily ready for the bright morning that is coming in just the next few moments. And then, of course, in the back is Yoren and Roke having pleasant conversation, and more than often is probably about history. But as you guys continue or start your travels, is there anything that anybody wants to do on the first day here?
I am reading the history of Creekwall that I bought from that bag of very important documents, of course.
Of course. Are you reading?
Are we still
out loud
inside the wagons? Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Oh, of course I'm reading it out loud.
Okay. Yoren definitely listens intently, and kind of just has a smile on his face, not aware that you will keep this up all day. And as far as Mimsy and Adara, so you guys are on, like, you're holding the reins of the mechanical horse, Grimhoof, and are sitting on the shotgun seats outside of the wagon. So you guys are not inside. You and Adara are just sitting next to each other. The only person inside a wagon right now is Moss. And then you have just Kristoff right ahead of you, just doing a simple jaunt, as it were, down the road. Is there anything that you're doing, Mimsy?
I mean, as long as we're still traveling, I'm probably still just yapping about the horses to Adara.
Absolutely. Yoren certainly gives his like 2 cents, as it were, about Creekwall, because he's often visited Creekwall here and there. And he does have some little tidbits of information that you take note of, like the history of the fishing tournaments in Creekwall, and how Jasper has never been a champion or winner of those tournaments, and other fun little tidbits there. And Kristoff, is there anything that is going on in your mind on this first day, or is Kristoff just like nice and steady at the beginning of today?
I think just since it is the beginning of the day and coming out of Creekwall, it's just taking things nice and steady, but I think I will kind of rein in Zephyr to kind of slow down, to let Mimsy and Adara's caravan wagon kind of catch up, and I'll just turn and look and say to them, I'm going to scout ahead. I'll just be a couple 100 yards ahead, and if there's no danger, I'll just wait. If there is something ahead, then I will rush my way back to inform the group. And with that,
Good plan.
just go ahead and start taking off at a brisk gallop. Nothing too like harsh on Zephyr, but just getting up there to just scout ahead.
Sure. Do me a favor, Kristoff. I'm gonna choose you, since you're kind of the head of the line here. I'm gonna choose you to be the dedicated survival check here. Go ahead and do it at advantage with the assistance of Yorin.
Alrighty.
But let's see how well the first day of travel goes.
We got a natural 20 for a 25.
Oh my god. Natural 20. Very well done. You guys are going to cover a lot of ground today. And honestly, like, as Kristoff does, you kind of scout ahead and you notice no troubles, and you're able to just give Zephyr a little break in between every time you move ahead and wait for the rest of the caravan to come join you. And then you kind of just repeat that all day today. Just checking ahead to make sure everything is safe. Go ahead, if you would please, would you kindly give me a perception check, and one other person, Moss, if you would also give me a perception check. Please and thank you.
We got a 13 for perception.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 14 for me.
Okay. So, with a 13 and a 14, yeah, Moss, there is at least a little bit of a gentle rocking in the wagon for you as you try to just like rest from your exhaustion of staying up all night. What do you think is going on in Moss's mind right now as you guys are traveling together back to the region of Farlandor, which you have a little bit of experience of? What's going through her mind currently, do you think?
She's just happy to be in a wagon and not walking through this country anymore. And on top of that, I think her goals would be trying to figure out how to make the soup for Baba Yaga. And she would just be kind of like back there in the wagon, just kind of like looking at stuff, trying to like figure out how to like put it together.
Absolutely. If you would like, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
$18.
18 Arcana. I think as you kind of are figuring out what can we do to kind of at least do some sort of replication of Baba Yaga's soup, how is it that she goes about making her soup? And I think you kind of search your mind, and you know, you've been taught magic your whole life, especially the magic of how witches do things and how hags do things. And it clicks in your head that, you know, one ingredient, or a very uncommon ingredient, would be something that somebody desires. And something like that mixed into a cauldron amongst all the other things that you have in mind to put in there could possibly be a nice way to start replicating what Baba Yaga's doing.
Okay. Guess she'll just be thinking about that, maybe like writing down in a little journal or something, you know, as an exercise to keep awake.
Absolutely. Kristoff, the only thing that you see with your perception check as you're scouting ahead throughout this first day is you are noticing, like, there is movements in the Deepstone Wilds, but it's very far into the forest. And you feel like anything that you're seeing are just the silhouettes of animals and possibly some creatures that could be troublesome, but nothing, as far as you can tell, is pursuing you. You look towards the skies and look towards the west and south, towards the Stone Crown Mountains, where you know there's like troubles of harpies and other things of the like that love to live in like wild mountains. You don't see anything in the skies. It's very clear, besides the occasional flock and groups of birds. But it's a very peaceful day, which for Kristoff, I'm assuming, is welcomed, because although you are always prepared for danger, a nice calm day is never a bad thing. And we kind of pan back, like, you know, we're probably like in midday now. You know, you guys have been traveling now for, you know, several hours. And one thing that happens during the day is Yoren will yell out to Kristoff and be like, "You ready for a jolt then? You think you could keep up with my mechanical horses?"
Dear Yorn, Zephyr is one of the fastest mares in all the lands.
I would surely like to test this. Mimsy, how about a race?
Sure.
All
Little
right.
scary.
Follow my lead. Ha! And he like uses the reins to hit the horse, and then you see that the horses just let out a puff of smoke through their nostrils, and without any kind of warning or any kind of preparedness besides what comes from Yoren, just the two horses just instantly go from basically 0 to 60 miles an hour. And
My goggles are falling off.
Gotta put those bad boys on.
Oh no.
Kristoff,
That's great.
go ahead and let's go ahead and do an animal handling check here.
Sounds good.
60 miles an
Yeah, like stupid
It's like an
fast.
actual car.
It's gonna be a 14.
A 14. This is one of those things where you're neck and neck with them, but then you already start to feel Zephyr not necessarily get tired out, but you feel Zephyr get to their max limit, and then those like artificer made horses just gain speed easily as they just kind of leave you in the dust. And then you hear Yoren just go, "I'll scout ahead, let you know if there's any trouble." And
I think I'm just gonna kind of scoff a little bit and just kind of like keep up a little bit of speed, but just like whatever. Like now I'm going to enjoy the travel, like whatever.
Yeah. And he like just waves at you, very very like playfully, and just keeps riding along with you guys. And he stops like ahead, and just goes, "Whoa!" And you see that like Fellfoot and Grimhoof like both stop, and they don't instantly stop. I don't want to accidentally throw anybody off a wagon, but they do slowly like reduce back down to just a jaunt down the road, and right now the wagons are right next to each other, and Yoren just looks over at Mimsy and just goes, "What did you think of that?" Just your feathers are all like blown back, like goggles
I got my goggles on, yeah.
Yeah. And then Adara, I'm sure you're like holding on to dear life to your hat. Like,
Can
absolutely.
you not ever do that again? That would be great.
No, let's do it again.
Or not. Or we're not.
Oh,
I
if it
apologize.
scares you though, I don't want to scare you.
I apologize. I got a little carried away. Sometimes you don't have fun company, so you know, just had to try. And that kind of does happen kind of throughout the day. You do see that Yoren is wanting to cover a lot of ground. He said something to the effect of possibly getting out of Broadloom Crossing within a day. Normal travel wise on horse, it probably would take like 3 to 4 days to get out of Broadloom Crossing from where you guys are at. So Yoren is certainly being ambitious, but with a natural 20, Zephyr is doing pretty well. And I would say, you know, after the first race, you guys have 2 or 3 more races, and Zephyr keeps up. Zephyr kind of like takes on the challenge, and you know, very much snorts very with a bunch of pride. But But you guys travel and you get to the first like big. Let me actually double check this. Let's see where the movement goes. Oh gosh, yeah. You guys cover nearly 60 to 70 miles in one day. Yeah. In one day, which is mostly impressive
Wow.
to Zephyr, since that's a living horse, and that horse is like Harrison, or I should say Kristoff was not kidding that Zephyr is a very healthy and capable horse. But even at the end of the day there, and of course there was like a mid-break during the day, but you guys do eventually get into the evening as the sun dips down below behind the Stone Crown Mountains. And you see that Yorin just goes, very good first day. But you see that Yorin like kind of picks out a spot just off the road. He kind of wraps the two wagons like around each other, making like a half circle. Doesn't bother obviously like taking the horses off the wagons or because they are mechanical horses. They don't need to eat or drink or rest for that matter, so they just kind of stand there in basically waiting mode. And Yorin makes a fire in this moment while everybody's kind of like stretching and getting ready kind of like to do their routine for bed. Yorin kind of you can tell Roke that Yorin has been kind of wanting to pick at your brain a little bit. He was very interested that you were an Orithil elf. And you see as he starts making a campfire big enough for all of you, he kind of looks over at you and just goes, if you don't mind me asking, Roke,
Yorn?
could you tell me more about yourself, before you chose to be, gilded, as it were?
What in particular do you wish to know?
Well, to be honest with you, I guess, I've heard plenty of stories of the Orithil. I mean, I've met a few in my lifetime, and I've had Orithil interested in my kind, elves from the Feywild, as it were. And I've always been interested in your kind. You don't come from a different domain. You come from a whole different world, where a world that was nothing but your kind. And I find that fascinating to think about. A world where there is no diversity, just rich culture of one kind. But if I were to be honest, beyond that interest, I just can't help but be very curious on why you chose to be gilded. You have a very extensive lifespan. And I can only imagine, this is coming from me, us Eladrin, we can live quite a long time as well, but not nearly as much as you. And I can only imagine by the time I get to the ages that Orithil pass naturally, I feel like I would be pretty much content with life. What made you want to go on?
What deep conversation on the first night of travel.
If I'm overstepping, I do apologize.
You could say I'm almost forgotten at this point why I've started, and now it feels like if I stop, and he just kind of doesn't respond, and his eyes get dark. as he sits there for a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Well, just shuts down almost.
I think you see Yorin kind of look over at Mimsy and go, Mimsy,
What?
he's been frozen for the better part of...
Oh. He does that. He's okay.
Oh, so he'll, like, reboot.
He has so far.
That's not necessarily comforting, but okay. And he kind of just stares at Roke a little longer. And like he gets the fire going. You see that Roke is frozen for so long that he does go over to his wagon and he pulls out some food, already prepped food, and starts warming up some stew that he had like pre-frozen in a pot on the campfire. Welcomes you all to food and drink, and just keeps his eye on Roke for a little while as he prepares food for you all. Well, I suppose I'll start conversation with someone else. Adara, Moss, you two hungry?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it
Lovely.
free?
Yes, I'm not going to charge you. I'm paying you.
Right. Yeah, of course. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't deducted from my wages.
No. Of course not. This is all comes with the job, as they say.
Great. I definitely didn't read the contract, so fantastic.
That might not be something you want to admit out loud, but I'll just go ahead and pretend I didn't hear that. And he fixes you guys a bowl of, it's like a hearty stew. It's like equivalent to like a beef stew. There are root vegetables in there. There is some sort of like hearty protein in there, and it smells rich. It smells like it had heavy cream in it. It's certainly very decadent for travel. But he pours everybody a bowl, whoever wants it, and he just you see that Yorin always glances over at Roke and just goes, and then looks over at Mimsy. Go, are we sure he's all right?
I'll go check on him in a minute.
Okay. And he just continues conversation with everybody else and just goes, so tell me, let me pick the both of you, like your brains, as he kind of switches his attention to Moss and Adara and goes, I hope that, I'm not going too far here, but I can tell that you two are magically capable. How did you come to learn magic, or are you one of those sorcery types that were born with it?
Sister?
We were born with it?
Ah, yes. How convenient. I got to say, I've studied all my magic, which is, I'm not going to lie, I know a lot of people take pride in studying magic, but for me, it's a pain in the fucking ass. All the books that you have to keep track of, and then you have to practice the magic, and then, it takes time to study and to memorize, and it's a whole ordeal. To be honest, I don't mind admitting that I would have liked to have been just born with magic and just be able to do it and not have to worry about having ingredients or components.
How nice. Do you have orange juice?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. And then Yorin, you hear him, kind of whisper to himself. He's like, God, you're really dropping the ball, Yorin. And he goes
Aw.
and gets like a fresh, like frozen bag of orange juice. You see that he seems to freeze a lot of food and drink. Like he's obviously very used to traveling. And he comes back. He puts it in a like a metal, basically like a metal pitcher, warms it up just enough for it to start melting, and then he hands it over to you. He goes, "Give that a second just to, unfreeze and unthaw itself, and you'll have yourself some fresh orange juice."
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
How did he heat that up?
He put it in like a metal pitcher.
Over the fire?
Yeah.
Warm orange juice.
Huh.
Just
Only
a
loud
little
enough
bit.
to just to start melting, basically. Yeah.
It's just the idea of like a hot cup of
Boiling-
orange juice was really funny. to
Boiling
me.
orange juice.
Maybe she
Brings
would
it
love
to a
it.
boil.
What
How
have
does
you
it taste,
done?
sister? Is it still good?
It's- yeah, it's still good. It's orange juice. It's amazing. Thank God.
Can I have one of those? And I'm gonna point at the pot.
Surely, absolutely. I have some left over in my wagon.
Some pots? Just
Yeah, I have
spare-
pots and pans, and I'm quite used to traveling all the time, and I am spoiled, I know. Look at me traveling with, nice stew and orange juice, but I like to, take bits of home with me when I travel.
How often do you travel?
You see that he kind of enters a rogue state and freezes. like,
Enters a rogue state.
Wait,
Uh,
has he not moved?
No, Roke has been. Cody's doing some
Cody is
amazing role
committed to
playing
the
right now.
Yeah, he is. He's trying so hard not to laugh too right now.
I see
gonna
him cracking
go-
smiles over there all the
Don't
time.
laugh.
Like,
We're gonna go into Beyond the Venture, and he's still gonna be frozen.
You broke him!
Hold on.
Oh, as Moss
Editors, cut that out, cut
notices
that out.
he's still frozen, I'm gonna whisper to Adara and Minzy. I'm like, "Now's the time."
Oh my god.
for what?
You know,
Oh,
plant project. No,
prank.
we can't just call it a prank. What's the code word?
We didn't come up with a code word.
I don't know.
Sister.
Oh,
God.
code word. Okay.
I don't want it to be a thing, so I don't want to name it.
What? No, you're part of this. Which one's his gold bag? Just point
I'm
at
not
it.
telling you which one's his gold bag.
Oh, come on.
like his
This
most
was
precious-
the point.
That's like his most prized possession, practically.
Okay, what's his second most
All right.
prized possession?
Flat out, like this is gonna screw me over, but he did full on show you guys where he keeps his gold. It's a money
It's in
belt that he
him.
keeps under
Okay.
the tabard. It's over his armor, but it's under the tabard.
I thought that was like your coin dispenser.
The coin dispenser is
So
out in the
silver?
open. It
Oh,
just
okay.
sits on his belt.
Well, maybe. What about that? I'll point at the coin dispenser. Well, I'll try to discreetly point at the coin dispenser.
What do you think?
I don't know. He's in a state. I don't know. He usually comes out of them kind of sad, so I don't know if I want to mess with him.
Oh, maybe it's make him smile.
Maybe running after
Yeah, his
stuff.
gold will be gone. That'll make him smile.
Well, no, just the silver.
Okay.
There. see?
Still, she's so not on board.
Oh, just watch. See, we'll do it. We'll do it. Okay. So I'm sitting across the campfire from him. I offered my hand to my sister.
I give you
Yes, fantastic. I grabbed it. All right. I'm gonna point at his coin dispenser. Said, "No more stillness. Off you hurry. Grow your feet and start to scurry." So this thing starts to grow little metal legs, and it wiggles with all its might to get off of him, and to run away for a minute.
And that's what happens. You guys start to see Rogue kind of
That's what
like moving. And you guys kind of see Rogue just moving like this. And then you're like, oh, Roke is coming out of his paralyzed spell. But it's just his belt that undoes itself and starts running around the camp. Just with its little mechanical legs that kind of look like chickens' legs.
Look, there it goes. Is he doing anything?
It's at this time that Yorn just goes, yes, I've been traveling for a long time. Kristoff, and then he goes to just start conversation with Kristoff.
I'm over by my horse. I'm feeding my horse an apple.
Okay. And yeah, Roke doesn't seem to do anything yet, as we all can tell.
Oh my god.
Mimsy's just kind of freaking out,
This
like,
is not okay. Mimsy.
Oh,
I have to wake him up. So she goes over and
Something
kind of
wrong.
like gently shakes him a little bit because it's not really normal for him to not wake up from that.
Yes, Orla. Oh, Miss Carol.
That was my grandma. Are you okay?
Huh?
oh,
You were out for way longer than usual.
Oh, has it been a week?
what the?
Not that long. Like
Oh,
half
good,
an hour?
good.
Okay. This is less fun when he's not.
Well, just let Mimsy handle it.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
It's a lot less fun when he doesn't notice.
This was her idea anyway.
It was her idea.
Do you
Yeah,
notice
what?
anything
Huh?
missing?
Terrible idea.
You're
Beautiful
alive.
execution.
You're alive. You're alive. He's obviously still alive. No?
Mm.
That's when he starts to kind of just feel his belt.
Yeah.
Where's that? Ah! Gets up, starts chasing after this thing, and his belt has come undone. So all of his other stuff, his weapons, fall off of him. The tabard just starts blowing in the wind because that's what holds it down.
I told you guys this wasn't a good idea.
You have no idea why, but somehow your belt has an audible voice and it's just going as it's just running around.
Shut up, you!
Give me an acrobatics check.
I want
no.
Cog to start chasing it too.
Okay, you also give me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Witches.
Heavy help.
Natural
Oh.
20!
Nice.
Gosh damn it.
So, yeah, Roke is able to quickly catch it and just picks it up, and it's still trying to run in the air. And that's probably about a minute before the legs just go pop and just disappear. And then Roke looking over. I want a sleight of hand from Moss and Adora, because I don't know if you guys are trying to hide your laughing faces, but
By the way, I only rolled a 3 or a 6 total.
Yeah,
So
you're good.
Cog is like not able to chase it.
yeah, Cog is like running out of.
Douche!
Would that be deception? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Deception would be more appropriate.
Okay.
Oh god.
Whoa!
Oh, good.
Well, I thought
14.
it was at Fronty at first, but now I know. I don't know.
With your guys' passive perception, you guys just see that the two witches just have their hats lowered, with their shoulders moving. Yeah, with your 23 deception and your 14 deception, yeah, you guys are just kind of snickering over there. But like Moss said, it's starting to feel bad. You said.
Roke is laughing, like full on. He's like, in all my millennias, I have never had this run. Your great grandfather must have put this on a timer.
I don't think it was anyone in my family. She's like dropping little hints.
He's not picking them up.
What fun.
At least he's having fun.
It was quite fun. Little moments, they're quite enjoyable. And if you don't mind, I will try and figure out who, with her hint, who may have done this.
Give me either an insight check or a just straight up intelligence check.
Okay, well, one was a flat roll, so we're not gonna do that one.
Okay.
18.
You see that Adara shoulders are like shaking a little bit. You know, they're shaking a
Just
little
under
bit.
the hat. Just...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what Rena is doing right now. Oh, what great method acting. And, yeah. That was quite good. That was magic. Yes?
Me?
Yes, Adara.
Ah. No. Yeah. Yes. All right. Yes, it was.
It was very good. I've never seen anything used for such amusement before. Most of the time it's catastrophic events or very mundane tasks.
I thought you were gonna freak out. Oh, glad you found it funny.
If this is the worst thing that has happened to me today, today has been wonderful.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I completely forgot where we were though. What are we doing? Ah, yes, we're escorting him. And I'll point to Yorin.
yes. You forgot that?
For a moment, just a lapse. The old ticker.
Am I gonna need to fix something?
No way. We pan over to Yorin, like going up to Kristoff as all that is happening. And Yorin just goes, hope I wasn't too hard on you and your beautiful horse. Truly a very, very outstanding performance from a living horse.
We both don't take any offense to it. I think we both understood that with these mechanical horses that you do have, we wouldn't have been able to keep up for a long time. We might have been able to do it for a while, but we understand limits, and we were just glad to give it our best.
Well, you know, if I didn't have the gifts that I had, and you see that he kind of looks over at the wagons and the horses and just looks back at you and goes, I would certainly feel very blessed if I had a horse like Zephyr here. You see that Zephyr kind of just snorts at him, kind of turns his head a little bit. And
Been with me since the beginning of the Sentinels.
Yes, the Sentinels. How long has that been going on? I know that you all have been around for a little while, but it does seem that you all are growing in number. I've seen some of your I've been seeing like some of you kind of traveling more outward throughout the continent.
Yes, it's been a couple hundred years since the inception. I have personally been with the Sentinels for the past 10, if I remember correctly. But surely but slowly we do grow by each and every day. Most people that have lost their homes from their villages or have no other place to go, we just take them in to give them a place to call home. And it does seem that with this growth in our numbers, that the quests that we are being given are most definitely stretching out past even Broadroom Crossing, but further into the continent of Devalis.
Yes. Very well. And begging, again, I hope I'm not overstepping. But you're at least part Elvish, I would guess.
Yes, I am half Elven.
wood elf, or are you?
Yes, yes. Mother was a wood elf and my father was a human.
Oh, very well. I see. I see. Very interesting. And what's your other half of lineage?
Human. My father was human.
Human. Huh. I could have guessed something else. Yeah, I feel that you. Have you ever gotten that checked out? I feel like you have more in you than human and elvish. You don't mind me
That
saying.
is. Oh no, not at all. That is probably the mutagen that the Sentinels use.
Ah. Yes, I've only heard a little bit of that. Sounds like a very uncomfortable process.
No, yes, it is not quite pleasant at all. It mutates and manipulates your blood. It feels like it's boiling during the process.
Oh, lovely. Wonderful. Well, you don't have. You don't always have to do that, do you?
No. The rite only happens once.
Oh, thank
After
goodness.
that, the mutagen takes hold of the blood.
Well, I guess if it's only a one and done, it's not that bad. But doesn't sound great.
No.
Okay. There's a step.
Remind me. Remind me. I'll just like immediately backspinning off of that because like I could tell he's. But also like I'm trying to figure out like the stuff that like Roke told me about like what's going on, and I know he's a merchant, but he never actually said like what kind of merchant he was. Like, does he deal within like different types of wares? Like, what is he an artisan of some sort or like what? So like just trying to peck out that and see like oh, like he is this, but if there's like a partial lie, so I'll just kind of go to him, like noting his uncomfortableness with the rite. I'll be remind me, Yoren, what kind of merchant did you say that you were again?
I'm a little bit of a. I guess you can call me an adventurer. Certainly a traveling merchant, but not in the traditional sense. I tend to go find things that are more unique than most other magical things that you can find elsewhere. And I like to bring my findings to Freyloon. I tend to go places where most would not tread. And those trips are typically solo or with very few that I can trust. But
So ancient runes, cursed items.
you could say that. I have visited a couple of ruins in my day, and there have been other places that I've explored in order to get some unique magical creations that would be of interest to the people of Freyloon and the merchants of Freyloon. But I don't really necessarily kiss and tell, if that makes sense.
I am going to incite him though as he's talking, just
Sure.
really taking in his words. And I did roll an 18 for that, a 13 plus 5.
I think that with an 18 insight, just barely you see that, like, obviously he's keeping information to himself. But with an 18, you feel like that's partially true, that he's visited, like, old places, ruins, places that are long forgotten. But you think that he also explores places that are in the current day. Go ahead and give me a history check as well, Christoph, if you would please.
And would anything? Well, I guess I'll go ahead and ask ahead of time. Anything that might have to possibly do with Fey, Fiend, or Undead?
This could possibly involve Fey, yeah.
Okay, then that will be at advantage. I rolled a 19 plus 2 for 21 history.
A 21 history, when you're inciting him and seeing that he's not telling the whole truth, you also feel with that history check, you know that Eladrin have crossed over into Veurna from the Feywild. But most Eladrin are not called Eladrin. Most Spring and Autumn Eladrin are known as High Elves in Veurna because that's what they called themselves. A huge group of Eladrin of those 2 seasons came to Veurna one day and occupied the Phoenix Everfalls, that is to the northeast, and made home there. You know, it's where one of the capital cities reside, Kiropol, home of the High Elves. So it's only really winter and summer Eladrins that call themselves that name when they visit Veurna. But when you think about all of that, you can't help but have a suspicion that maybe Yorin is possibly taking things from his fellow brothers and sisters in the Phoenix Everfalls. Maybe he takes things not just from ruins, but capital cities, and then brings it to another capital city. So you think he might be doing some little bit of illegal business?
Do tell me, and tell me if I'm stepping myself, but
Yes, of course.
where is it that you've been traveling from before?
Well, I've done quite a bit of business in the Desolate Calm in the city of Gepu.
Oh, I meant on this current trip, before we met at Creekwall.
Oh, have you? Have you ever been there?
No, I'm asking you, before, what journey have you been on before we met at Creekwall? Your current one.
Well, I was in the Desolate Calm at Gepu for a little while, and go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
That's a flat roll. A CX.
Yeah. With that insight, you know that he's not telling you the whole truth, but he just goes on to be like, I've traveled through the Desolate Calm before Creekwall and then made my way down, into the southern parts of Walandor, and then dipped myself into the Green Shadow Valley, worked my way around there, which was a dirty business, with the war happening between Caerwind and Morrowhold. It's very, not necessarily the safest travels, but as a traveling, merchant, I was able to get by. But yes, that's most of my ventures before I ended up in Creekwall.
Sounds like you have been quite busy to ensure your financial security.
Yes. Well, please make sure you have some food. And of course, I have fresh fruit that if Stefan needs any more apples or anything, I can accommodate that. But please, be comfortable. Plenty of, sleeping supplies in your wagon. And you see that he kind of scratches the back of his neck and he goes, I think I'm gonna head to bed. Good night, Christoph. And you see that he walks off, and then he looks over at Roke and goes, Roke, I believe we'll carry that conversation another night. I hope you're all right.
Yes, I am quite myself. When you wish to discuss it, I believe I hopefully have an answer that will not require me to go so far back. In my memories, I shall have a book ready to help.
Wonderful. And he goes to his wagon, and you see that he opens those doors, carefully, like he has before, getting the pot and the food and everything. And he just opens it enough to climb in, and then shuts the doors quietly. And in this moment, you guys look up into the sky, and especially for Roke here, you see several shooting stars just crossing the sky. You see 5 in total, just one after the other. Shoo.
I pray that all of you saw that.
I did.
This is a rare sight. 5.
That's the most I've ever seen.
This is... I believe that's the most I've ever seen as well. So we are incredibly
Wow.
lucky.
Good, peaceful, calm day. Let us pray that it continues to be that way for the rest of this trip, even if it does cost us a little bit extra money.
I'll look to the witches. Thank you. At times, I slip into a lapse, if you will. It's good to be pulled out of that and into something so amusing.
I'm glad you found it funny. I really thought it was going to freak you out that your gold was suddenly gone.
Well,
I do not believe there was malice involved, but please go on, Miss Adara.
no, so the lesson that I've learned is if you go all blank, you enjoy shenanigans?
On occasion, I do sometimes do that to think and recall things. And you notice that you get the feeling that he probably didn't even realize it, but he's kind of just messing, not looking at it, but just messing with a very old and very heavily worn notebook that he's pulled out of one of his pouches. And sometimes it's good to remember things, even if they make you question and remember and the like.
Right. Okay. But that looks like an old book. What's that? That you got there?
And he'll go to put it back and then kind of pull it back out and look at it. Do you speak or read Elvish, specifically very old dialects?
Not very old. Not super old.
And he'll hand it to you.
Is there a chance
It's,
that we can read this?
it will probably take a lot of effort, but like, it's kind of like when you're, reading, like you learn a lot when you're learning a language in person. It's a lot of slang and a lot of like jargon and stuff like that, and this is like the very proper, like the best one is like if you learn a lot of informal German and then you have to switch to learning like formal German, there's a lot that you have to learn that
Okay.
like changes, so it'll take time, but it's like
Oh. You're allowing me to read this. Is this personal?
everything is personal, but
Oh. Well, thank you.
yes.
Have you thought of you intending for these to be read for generations, or?
Yes. There's a lot of history in here that has perhaps been lost to certain groups and helps with an understanding. Not much has been read or written, or recorded, or shared, I guess, about my groups, my families, my overall generations trip from where we came from to here, and what we've done to help prepare for the final stretch of this last 2 generations. And someday we shall not exist anymore, and I do not wish my people's history to be lost, forgotten. We've done a lot. And he'll look at Kristoff, and we are sure the next generation is more than capable of picking up the mantle, but
How do you know? Sorry. How do you know the next generation is able to pick up and not fail?
because they're good, and they care, and they are generous and kind. We always ask such interesting questions. How do you know you're ready? How did you know you were ready to start your adventure away from your home? How did you know that you were ready to crawl? How did you know you were ready to walk and run, to cast magic, to do things on your own, to trust? Look at both of you, to trust each other. How did you know this? How did you know anything?
Very loaded question with a lot of different answers.
Yes, your background is different. Kristoff, how did you know that this is what you wanted, what you needed to do, and that you were ready to pick up this responsibility?
I'm just gonna stop for a second. And I think just for a moment, just very brief, you'll see a moment of like just grief and sadness fill Kristoff's eyes. And I'll pull one of the potion bottles from my stash and drink about half of it. I never knew that this would be a responsibility that I would take on. I thought my original responsibility was to till the land and raise 2 beautiful children alongside my wife. The current responsibility that I hold, that I knew that I had to do, came from a moment of loss and destruction. One that I don't wish to see anyone have to go through. There can only be so much pain in someone's heart, and I don't want to see anybody carry that burden, at least not if I can do anything about it. Even if people do die in these attacks from the monsters that we slay, if there's at least one that we can save, that is okay by me, because that is one life that can still have potential and experience the fullness of what life can offer. I'll down the rest of the bottle and throw it into one of the saddlebags on Zephyr and just kind of end it there.
I think in that moment as well, there is just a little bit of quietness and comfort in your guys' presence with each other as you all slowly from there get ready for bed. And as you guys like hop into the wagon, or if you choose to sleep outside, however you get ready for bed, there is just one more shooting star in the sky before you all close your eyes. And we'll go ahead and take a break right there. And we're back. So, it is the next day, the following morning, the second day of travel. Christoph, go ahead and for the rest of the travel here, for the next, possibly only one more day, depending on how well you do here, go ahead and give me another survival check at advantage.
Understood. So advantage, that's an 18 plus 5 for a 23 survival.
Gosh, doing so well with the survivor rolls. So let's see. Let's go ahead and check out how much mileage. We covered about 80 miles. So you guys got basically to the cross section here. And now we go that much farther. Okay. So it looks like you guys will be shortening it by a day with how things are looking right now. But the next morning comes and you guys all start waking up one by one. Who all slept in a wagon? Like, who did anybody sleep outside? Okay. All right. So, Christoph and Roke, whether you took some of the sleeping gear in the wagon or not, you guys wake up snuggling. No, I'm kidding. But unless no. Start shipping them now.
Don't you dare!
No.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
But yeah, you guys start to wake up. All of you, Mimsy, Moss, Adara. Although this is not as comfortable as the inn back in Creekwall, it's still pretty nice. Like nice, fluffy sleeping bags. Extra blankets in case you need some more cushion. Some nice, not too soft of pillows. You gotta have a little give. You know what I mean? But pretty comfortable for a wagon. Yorin certainly prepares for travel, and he makes sure that he does make sure that it's as comfortable as possible. But you all start waking up, coming out of the wagon, doing whatever morning routine that you do, and I would like everybody to just roll me a perception check, if you guys would please.
Ooh, 19.
Whoa.
I got a 6.
14.
I rolled a 14 as
14.
well. Hey!
314 dial. Gosh, that's crazy to look at. And then, Mimsy, did you get 19, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. I love
That's
it
a
when
straight
only
roll.
I gotta love it. You gotta love it when only Mimsy notices things. Mimsy, with a flat roll too, just like
Yeah, there was no pluses to that at all.
Mimsy, as you kind of crawl out of the wagon and you start stretching, letting the morning sun come up, it feels like a good old-fashioned camping trip. And you take in the air. You still smell some of the burnt wood from the campfire, and fresh air just hitting your face, and a fresh breeze moving towards the east hits your face. But something catches your ear. You hear Yorin opening up his wagon and stepping out, and you hear two voices that are not Yorin's speak to him, just like whispers. You can't really necessarily make out what they're saying specifically, but then you hear Yorin say back to those voices in the wagon, "It's okay, just stay quiet. We'll be there soon." And then he comes out, closes the door. He looks like he doesn't have any bedhead at all. His hair is perfect, beautiful long white hair as a winter Eladrin. Looks like he just took a shower. What's in that wagon? Who knows? Is it a whole freaking what's happening? And fresh new robes, clothes for the day, some darker greens, like green robes with like purple accents. And he comes out, he goes, "Good morning. I hope everyone has rested well. It was a very fair evening, it seems, and looks to be a beautiful morning."
Yes, it is.
I
She
assume
just kind of
we're
looks
all
to the
ready.
side like,
I assume that we're all ready for travel. I would like to just, of course, get going. I do have food on the go. I have some finger sandwiches. And then he pulls out like a metal lunchbox, like old school, like oval shaped kind of lunchbox. Undoes it, and he has a bunch of sandwiches, like half sandwiches, no crust, wrapped in a foil. And just I got here is a tuna, this one is forest ham, and then he just kind of points out the other ones with all the ingredients and hands you guys a box full of sandwiches, and then gives everybody, make sure he already learned Adara really quick and had some orange juice prepared, and then also gives on top of the sandwiches, the bread's okay for the sandwiches, but he does give you a good slice of sourdough, Mimsy, with what looks like some elvish jam on it. And he goes, "This should be, enough for the morning, and then we could stop sometime later for a proper lunch. But as long as you're all good to go, let's have another race, shall we?" And he goes running towards the wagon. He sees that Mimsy didn't catch on that he was trying to race you to the wagons, and he goes, "Oh, okay, all right." And then he just hops onto his wagon, and he goes, "You're really dropping the ball. You always
oh,
gotta stop it." And he goes, "Master Roke, are you joining me again today?"
Mimsy.
I shall switch with Miss Carroll today. I'm a bit dry at times. No need to be impolite with these things. It's understandable. I am a unique flavor, and I shall kind of look at Kristoff, not very subtle, and walk to the other wagon.
like
You go
we're
very
switching
well.
places, or you're switching places with Adara?
I'm. Stop.
Either or really works, but I mostly said Mimsy because I feel like Mimsy could keep him distracted better with the artificer talk.
Okay. Miss Carroll, please. These mechanical things, though. You'd think I'd know more, but I don't. I apologize. perhaps you could talk to him some more. Maybe get some tips, improvements.
Sure.
And I shall fumble my way through the controls.
Oh,
Grimhoof just like looks behind him and looks at Roke and just like kind of shakes his head. Then like looks back out into the road.
The judgment is not needed. You are I'm a magnificent mechanical beast, but he's given you a personality.
So Roke sits next to Adara, grabs the reins, and then Mimsy, you go join Yorin and goes, Miss Caro, as Roke calls you. So glad
Mimsy,
of
you can
to
call
join
me Mimsy.
Oh, very well. And he kind of turns to his left and he goes, "You're making friends, Yorin."
It's gonna be like you're messing it up again.
I love this guy. He's so good.
And he goes, "All right. Kristoff, please lead the way as always, Monster Slayer."
I will be leading the way for a little bit, but then I'll circle back around to get to the back wagon with Roke and all of them.
Sure. You head out, and you know, maybe take like the first 30 minutes to hour of today's travel to just kind of keep it in like the marching line. And then you kind of circle around to talk what you wanted to talk with Roke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you kind of like slow down so you can just be right next to Roke. Moss and Adara, do you guys want to be in the wagon or sitting with Roke?
where were you, Yuki sister?
I'm super interested in that journal he gave you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could read it together. In the wagon, outside the wagon. I don't know.
Inside and outside the wagon. Yes.
Inside and outside the wagon. Yes, that's our answer.
Yes. I'll go in with the wagon with you then.
Adara just like
Okay, we'll go in the wagon.
looks back
One
in.
foot
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kristoff, like, you kind of look at Mimsy and Yorin, and you see that Yorin is sharing tales of artificer, like tales, like he's not an artificer himself, but a lot of his family was. So he has plenty of stories to tell, and Mimsy's kind of just enthralled by it. And then Mimsy in turn shares her stories about like the Gilded and how all that started, and how their family got invested into it. Into which Yorin has just such a big brother smile on his face, and every now and then it's really weird. Yorin is kind of quirky in the sense that every now and then he does turn away and just goes, "You're making friends, Yorin. Good job." And
I love him. Aw.
and he goes, "Tell me more." And then he's just completely interested in what Mimsy has to say. But yeah, so you kind of dip right next to Roke, who's just riding the horse steady. What do you do? Have the conversation, have the floor.
I've gathered some more information about our clientele. I had a quite lengthy discussion with them last night about various topics, but straight to the point of the type of traveling merchant he is and where he's been, and what could possibly be at the back of his wagon. This is something that we still wish to pursue.
I don't really think of a reason why we wouldn't want to. But it's people, so they do not seem to be one that... I don't know, Kristoff, this is a bit out of my realm.
This man did hide some truths and spun some lies within his truths with what he told me last night. But
Go on.
I get a sense that this merchant, that Yoren, even with the more shady businesses that he does with possible trinkets and artifacts that he gathers, might not be a completely bad person. In fact, he's traveled into regions in which there's war brewing and starting, and I don't know, but my gut tells me that the people in this caravan that we are not supposed to know about are possibly just refugees that he's taking to a better part. But I'm still unsure. There are the things that he does that he possibly takes artifacts from Kirpol to Freyloon to sell, or... But my gut tells me that there's not much evil in this man.
You obviously can't see this, but you do hear the bit of the smile on Roke's voice. Yes. First impressions can be a bit deceptive. Those that are a bit unique and strange at first perhaps do not have the... And he'll look back into the wagon, look back to him. The impression that they gave at the beginning. It may change. Roke is right again. Good boy, old chap.
I'm just gonna
clangs his metal
completely
helm.
brush that off. Just, like what, whatever.
He's just kind of sitting there, like, at first he was very focused on trying not to ride off the road.
As you are my employer,
Yes, of course.
we will not move unless you say something to move. I have a feeling that you might be able to handle this with a bit more tact, if this was more for speaking terms.
That bounciness ends very quickly. Tact is perhaps not the word I would use for my approach. Bluntness with a smile, perhaps? As opposed to your bluntness with a knife or a frown, or just bluntness with a club.
Chris, I'm gonna just look at him with said bluntness.
It requires all kinds, Kristoff. I do not say these things in order to insult you, just simply... It's good that you are aware of where you excel and where perhaps others may excel beyond you in other regards. You are obviously the better fighter, even with what happened with the Shellycoats. Everyone... No, it's everyone is
Don't bring
allowed
that
a
up.
bad day. It happens. I've
I had
seen...
bad days, but I did have a bad day.
Yes, I've seen many a warrior struggle at times. It just depends on what you do to learn and go to the next one. But, I believe we continue to build his trust as, like you said, I tend to agree. I think he is an overall good person. Perhaps he is a bit odd at times with things, and he certainly is very forward with his questions. And I'll kind of look at... Are they ahead of us or behind us?
Behind you.
Okay, I'll kind of like... As I'm like kind of like looking around, I'll just spy to see and just see Mimsy just going all out with just talking about this, and like him just going, "You're making friends, Yoren." He's not. I have a feeling he's going to reveal it by himself, to be completely honest. And if he doesn't, then perhaps the last night before we arrive in Freyloon, or maybe after a fight or something. We question him, and just to understand of like, we are not the normal cutthroats and thieves and sell swords that he may be used to on these parts. We are good people, and if we are getting involved in something outside of our morals, not only do we not wish to have his payment, but we cannot let this happen. So if you continue to... He seems very interested in you from a... You are rather unique, as much as you do not give yourself credit. And he seems very interested, as he is in with me, though I am not comfortable at times. I do not want to get sucked back into that.
As you do that, and like the horse just goes off.
Yeah,
the road.
100%. He just,
Yeah.
just the ye old rumble strip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're reaching out of the horse to grab the reins.
No.
Oh my! That's another way to come back. These civil engineers, they're quite brilliant.
Well, we'll just keep a lookout still on that wagon. But other than that, I will go with your opinion, and we shall wait until an opportune moment for us to bring it up to him, or for him to bring it up to us.
Yes. He seems to take a liking to us, and I believe an overwhelming majority of us have taken a liking to him. He does not seem to have malice in his heart, and does not seem one, though looks, to your point, looks can obviously be deceiving, both for and against my own opinions, but he does not seem to be one who would sell another person.
I think there's a moment here where Yorin is having such pleasant conversation with Mimsy. He kind of leans low and goes, "Mimsy,
Yorin.
how about you and me have a little bit of fun?"
Oh no.
What kind of fun?
Oh no.
I say that we start a race, but without pre-warning them that there is going to be a race, and we just dash ahead.
Yorin, I agree.
Lovely.
Let's go!
She's liking you, Yorin. And like he hits the reins. All of a sudden, like 0 to 60 again, his wagon just goes past your guys as it goes, "Try to catch us if you can!" As Mimsy puts back on her goggles and just enjoys the wind with
Let's
Yorin.
do this.
And Roke, without...
Go.
Yeah?
Just us in the wagon flying backwards.
Yeah.
And then with Kristoff just probably sitting there shaking his head.
All right, time to catch up.
Absolutely. Moss and Adara, there is the sudden jolt of speed, so there's that. But besides that rude awakening, what are you guys possibly doing inside the wagon?
I think we've got the book open.
Mm-hmm.
And we're kind of... Sister, you wanted to read this with me, right?
Yes, I can help.
Great. You know how Roke is always talking about doing, like, nice things for others.
Yeah?
Yeah. What if? Yeah. What if we, like, maybe translated this into, like, more current speech so it would be easier to follow?
He did say he wanted others to read them.
Right. What if we did it as, like, a surprise? Like, something
Sure.
nice? Ooh,
Okay.
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 Sure. Do you have an empty book?
Well, is the wagon, like, can I pop my head out and be able to see Roke and ask him a question?
Yeah, so like the front seat and the wagon are connected. Just you have just basically a curtain that's in between you guys. So you can just like lift the curtain and then Roke's right there.
Okay, I'm gonna pop my head out abruptly and be like, Roke!
Ah!
Oh, pay attention to the road!
Ah!
Jesus! Okay. I mean, Baba Yaga. Can I,
Ah!
do you, by chance, have
Ah!
an extra book? Like a blank one?
Yeah.
Maybe!
In that pouch
Okay,
on the left.
though this feels invasive, but thank you. This, and I'm gonna pull out a book. Did I pull out your book?
You reach into another way too small bag of holding,
God.
and you produce a brand new, completely unused notebook.
Fantastic. Thank you. I won't be giving this back, and I won't pay you for it. Thanks. It's a gift. Thanks.
Oh.
And I'm gonna pop
That
back
made
in.
me break my chair. That was worth it though, but I just broke my fucking chair.
The fucking commitment, man. The commitment.
Oh man, I can't lean back now. This is
my
broke one of the
gosh.
wheels.
You gotta always 100% commit to the bit.
Absolutely, it was worth it.
I'm sorry.
That's fucking great. But I was like, wow, this is a lot more leany now. It's a gift. This is just me in the seat.
I'm not listening
Fucking
anymore.
all 500 pounds of me breaking the seat.
I forgot he's
But,
so heavy. Oh,
He's so heavy. But he's like, it's a gift. You can have it.
Yeah, I'm already back in. I'm not listening at all. But it was
That's fine.
assumed.
He's just yelling. He's like,
back to
he doesn't
me.
dare look. And he starts just, he's like, I'm glad, and he just starts taking off with this. I'm glad I've inspired you to take up journaling. You can barely hear him.
Sister, I have acquired a blank notebook.
Wonderful.
So you read, and I write? Okay, let's
Sure,
do
we
it.
can do that. You have very pretty handwriting.
Oh, thank you. All those times being hit was worth it. Look at it now. It's great.
Oh, it definitely did wonders for you.
It did. I'm telling you, sometimes the abuse was worth it. Look at how I turned out. Perfectly normal.
Oh my god.
With beautiful
I did great.
handwriting. Love it.
23, we're on the board.
Perfectly normal.
It's perfectly normal. Alright, well adjusted.
Do
Oh my.
we have to make rolls for this, or can we just do it?
So I'm sorry, I was distracted by the child abuse. What are you trying to do again? Sorry.
Translating his journal.
Oh,
Into
writing it.
common? Into common or just normal
Yeah.
Elvish?
I think common would be nice.
Common to common.
give me just give me history checks, both of you, or if you want to give one of give a help action to the other, whichever.
I'll give a help action
You help.
to you.
Okay. A 15.
Yeah,
You
it
know
just
what?
takes you. Oh,
Can I use my heroic inspiration just for this today?
absolutely.
Okay, one more roll. 17.
17. Yeah, with a 17, it'll take you just like a chunk of today. And especially whenever the fuck Roke slows down, it'll be a little easier. But yeah, it is old Elvish text, but you're able to like read it and then and put it into common, and you learn a little bit more of whichever book that he gave you again. Like you learn a little bit more of what Roke writes down, which is pretty much everything. He doesn't really skip any detail, especially if it involves the history and culture of something. But yeah, you do that.
Will you give us a snippet, Roke, of what we're translating? Just a small peek into the book.
This is absolutely an old book. This is this is not perhaps his oldest journal, but it's certainly one of the oldest. It's about probably the 1st or 2nd century that it's here. It's a bit unclear. He does lament the fact in it that his group just missed meeting the ancient dragons. About 500 years before his group came, the ancient dragons began to enter dormancy, and there's rumors that they will eventually come back when needed, but he hopes that he gets to see that someday. In it as well, he begins to write about religions popping up within this place, people dedicating themselves to greater powers, archfey, archdevils, genies, other cosmic forces like that. Some embrace like ancient pacts, others new doctrine, some claiming that they're getting revelation through dreams, anomalies, forgotten ruins, visions, that kind of things. And he's very feverish and excited, and he's with, because this is not really anything that he's dealt with. Like, his people have known like the Warden and the like, but there's these names that are kind of hard to translate, and you get that they're probably the more common elven gods that you understand, but they're hard to pronounce. And writes about that kind of things, begins talking about ley lines, and that the veil between these different runes begin to shrink, and he it kind of ends with and it's so ends the age of expansion.
I think after the first 5th god, I'm just gonna put the book down for a second and go, darn. There's so many of these.
Yeah. It is interesting though, but also, why is it both interesting and absolutely boring at the same time?
It's a lot. It's a lot of detail.
There's so
much
information.
Yeah. It's not years have passed and this is what happens. No, this is what's happening month to month to month over centuries.
Oh, look, this day he sat in an ash chair. That's exciting.
Wow.
And collected 250 gold. That must have been a good day for him. How many of these books did he say he had?
I don't know, but I think maybe.
And we're just doing this one, right?
We'll see how it goes.
Okay, alright. Continue.
Maybe one is a gift.
Yep.
This word doesn't even have any translation. I don't know what to tell you. Here, just draw this.
Okay.
The last thing that is there are moments, just the last thing, there are moments in which he talks about not just the grand scale of what's going on, but also his family. He talks about his mother and his father and his sister, and as you're flipping through this is obviously he's writing to himself pretty much, so there is no names assigned to him. It's oh yeah, sister, which it's all very formal, and it's not really how he talks now. You can tell his speech has been dumbed down. Not the word I want to use, but that's just He's not so formal in his speech. Not dumbed down. He's way more informal in his mannerisms and speech.
Perhaps we should ask about these names if he wants his legacy to live on. We probably shouldn't just say sister or mother. Perhaps we should find out names and put those in. Should I just leave a blank space? Or something? Or pop out there and ask him, maybe.
You could just ask him.
Yeah, okay. Roke!
Stop doing that! Can it wait?
It's a curtain, not a door.
I'm trying not to die!
You want me to knock on fabric? I don't know what you want from me. What is your mother's...
Fair, but...
What's your mother's name? What was your mother's name?
Eleanor?
Okay, and how do I spell that?
In common, sister.
In common. How would you spell that in common?
All in common. It...
For no reason.
Elenora.
Great. And the sister, your sister. Common.
Elaine.
And how would I spell that?
Elaine. Elaine.
Perfect. And your father.
Everett.
Okay.
Everit.
Perfect. Thank you. You didn't have any other family, right? That you would mention.
He does not have. Not in this book.
Okay.
No.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Goodbye. Slip back.
Goodbye.
As Adara slips back in and Moss and Adara continue working on the book, Mimsy, you are having the time of your life at the moment. You're just going, we really left him in the dust, didn't we, Mimsy? I feel alive again. Give me a perception check real quick, Mimsy, if you would, please. Five.
Ooh. I don't know.
Mimsy, you and Yorin are just laughing, and he is just enjoying himself. Looking over at him, he looks like he feels like a kid again, as he is just racing down. He goes, I suppose we should slow. Oh, watch out! And give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh! I get schmacked with whatever that is.
Okay.
7.
So let me roll something for your. Okay. All right. What did you roll for your dex save?
A 7.
A 7. Okay. So, I just rolled a dex save for Yorin. He just rolled a natural 20.
He's fine.
So you see that Yorin points to the right. There is like a small cliffside on your guys' right, and you see this wild boar, large boar,
Okay.
just squealing its head off and running off the small cliff, falls off the small cliff, doesn't die, just gets back up immediately, starts running across the road, and you guys are about to hit it. Yorin tells oh my gosh, Fellcliff? Yes, I misremembering names. But anyway, he stops the horse abruptly, and you would have went flying if it wasn't for Yorin's natural 20, and he grabs you by the collar. He just goes, Mimsy, my friend! And you kind of get a little, like you get kind of choked a little bit. But the boar runs like right in front of his wagon, and he goes, oh my god, Mimsy, I'm so sorry. And he checks on you immediately. And before he can even really check on you, Roke, you see what's happening immediately. Luckily, Yorin got ahead of you quite a bit, so you're able to adjust without any roll
yeah.
necessary in this moment. But you do go past him a little bit and stop ahead of him, and you kind of look back like, what's going on? And you see the wild boar, and then coming after the boar from where he's coming from are these two what you would call pony-sized roaches that just come crawling out of the deep stone wilds. And I'm just gonna need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh shit!
And I'll go ahead and load up the screen for you guys right now.
Ugh. 9.
I got an 11.
9.
And then drag your tokens to
Oh.
where you guys would be. I'm gonna have Yoren as a mystery token here, but he would be technically right here, and you would be right next to him, Mimsy.
Natural 20! Whoa! Motherfucker!
Natural 20!
Oh my
Plus
God.
1! Oh my goodness!
Wow.
What's your dex, Rogue?
0?
Oh. Oh, I go first.
Yes, you go first. I have
Man.
for the viewer at home, my dexterity is 11. Oh, but is that your
So-
dump stat, Rogue? No.
Oh.
And I think that's everybody. Yep. So hold on, let me get. What did Adara roll?
An 11.
11. And then what did Kristoff roll?
16.
16. And then what did Mimsy roll?
9. I think. Yes.
9.
Sister, can you change my color?
Sister.
9. All right. And then let me switch up some stuff. We love it. Let's see what these guys get.
Damn.
Jeez. What a roach.
Jeez.
Very well done. So the wagons come to a stop. You guys see that there is an immediate threat, and combat begins. Starting off with Moss. Moss, you and Adara hop out of the wagon to see what the commotion's about, and you see this wild boar that looks like partially injured, and kind of looks over at you guys and starts like digging his hoof into the ground. And then you see these two large, like pony-sized roaches crawling out of the woods and looking like they were chasing after this boar. What do you do?
Oh my god, they're so cute!
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense.
Adorable.
Like,
Why are they so big?
I think I'm gonna like take like a deep like breath of relief, like looking at these horse-sized bugs. They're not crickets.
No. They're not.
They're just
not,
cockroaches.
They're not horse-sized crickets. They're pony-sized roaches. Like.
Ponies and
I feel like that's
improvement.
worse.
Very different.
Oh my god.
Somehow an improvement.
Somehow.
I think they're really cool. They're running after the boar?
They are. It seems that way.
Oh. I just kind of want to get back to the cart and let it happen. I mean, this is their natural habitat after all. So, I'll take a reaction to, I'll hold my action.
Sure.
To do something. Oh, I'll hold my action to hit one with a stick if it comes at me.
Perfect.
But
with any
I
of
mean,
them.
this just seems natural. I mean,
Yeah.
we're in their habitat. They're after their own food. I mean, that pig looks good. Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm done.
Absolutely. Rogue, you see the situation as you passed Yoren's wagon. Yoren just goes, the luck. But what does Rogue do in this moment?
Just as a reminder, well, I might have to roll for this because I'm kind of on the other side of a wagon. Did the boar look like it's trying to defend itself from the roaches or us now that we're also right next to it?
I think you would safely assume that this boar is distressed and is seeing everybody as a threat.
Okay. I was.
Oh, and I'm sorry, the boar is also large. So you know that.
Oh, great.
That makes a difference.
Yes, but the roaches are not.
The roaches are, I promise, they're only pony-sized.
Oh yes, of course.
Well, this changes things.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
really
that changes
close to
things
us.
a lot.
Yeah, I don't move.
I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I will come out front of the witches, and I'm going to throw a javelin at the one to the right.
Okay, let's do that.
So at the roach to the one on the right. So +4. 11.
11 does not hit.
Nope. So I will pull out my flail and ready myself. That's all I think I can do, unfortunately.
Sure.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, this rock roach crawls down this wall and just charges at you, just directing its attacks on you, and it makes 2 bite attacks. Here we go. As an 8. As a 13.
No. And I, where is it? I will use riposte and spend a superiority die to try and attack it back.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah. 10.
No. You've done your best.
I've done my best. Well, it's all I can do.
Kristoff, it's your turn. What do you do?
We're gonna leave Zephyr out of the fray, as I am not a mounted combatant. I am just a normal combatant,
Absolutely.
and we will travel up to this roach up here, and I would like to use a Crimson Right as a bonus action.
What?
And so I will, as I'm drawing my longsword, I will slice open the palm of my hand. I will take that 1d4 damage. Which does not want to roll for some reason, so we will roll it here. So I will take 1 damage. Very lucky, very lucky.
Sure.
And then I'm going to use Rite of the Flame. So once again, as the blood coats the sword, flames will start sprouting from the blood until the sword is completely engulfed in blood. And then, as this is a free action, I am going to invoke a Blood Maledict or Blood Curse. And I'm going to use the Blood Curse of the Mart on it, and then I will also amplify that attack or that curse, taking another d4 of damage to myself. So that way I can get advantage on the attack roll against it.
We love it.
as well. And then we shall attack. With a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, perfect. It's gonna do that one. 8 damage on that. 8 fire damage plus another 1d4 from the Crimson Right. 4, so we're gonna be doing 12 damage total.
We love to see it. Anything else on your turn, Kristoff?
No, that will do it for my turn.
So we see Kristoff not wasting any time, hopping off his horse, dashing over to that roach and not Rogue, but Roach, and starts slashing and dashing. We love to see it. It then goes to the boar, who looks over at the witches and just goes, and just going to. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And
Very much so, yes.
Yes.
and is going to make an attack on Adara. Adara, that is only an 11.
That does not hit.
You dodge out of the way as it tries to like headbutt you with its very large head, and then that's all it does. But it goes down to you.
So rude. I am going to cast inflict wounds.
Oh, okay.
It's in touching range, right? I can touch it.
Oh yeah, you can touch it.
Okay. So, I'm going to stick my hand in Pemby's pocket and have him slice my hand as per usual. And I'm gonna reach out and touch the boar.
All right, a con save. Let's see what it can do. Rolls an 18.
Fun. Still gets half. So 3.
3 damage as you touch the side of its head and cast the spell into it, and it squeals in pain. I won't try to do a squeal again. But is that everything that you do on your turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that was very rude to try to bite me. Don't do that again. You terrible animal.
It says okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
But sorry. Is that your turn?
Mhm.
Does
All
Moss
right.
get to whack it with a stick?
Yeah, is Moss gonna whack it with a stick?
Unfortunately, I set the parameters for if something attacked me. So
I'll allow this. I mean, I know how
You
much
sure?
you I know how much you care about your sister, especially when she's in danger.
it's
So
true. It's like an extension of me, right? My sister?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna whack him with the stick. Yes, I'm gonna whack him with the stick.
yeah, whack him with a stick.
Get his ass!
Whack-a-boar.
Like a boy.
Okay, well.
Well,
Get out!
Oh,
I'm not doing so
oh
well.
boy. Well, my last roll was a natty.
It had to even out somewhere.
Just something
Natural
happened.
one,
I don't
baby.
hit Adara,
Woo,
do
natural
I?
one.
No. I will say you break your. I will
hit
say you
her?
break. No, I will say you break your club,
Oh,
Oh,
just right across its head.
stick.
oh no. Thank you, thank you, Mikey.
We'll mend it, sister.
we'll mend it.
My stick.
But Mibs my stick. The board doesn't even realize because of how like frenzied it is right now and how panicked it is. Mimsy, what do you do on your turn?
I think I'm just gonna hit it with a crossbow because I don't want to try and get near it.
A 15 hits.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Piercing damage 2.
2 damage. me double check something real quick. Okay, cool. So you do 2 damage, shoot it right in the butt, and the boar just goes as it
minorly
like
annoyed.
looks, it like literally turns its head and looks at you, then looks at the arrow in his butt, or the bolt I should say in his butt, then looks at you, looks at the bolt in his butt, and then turns around to face you. But you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And then goes to the other rock roach, who's just gonna try to bite at you, Kristoff. Here comes 2 bites. That's a 6.
Here they come.
Nope.
That's an 18.
That one will hit.
All right, you are going to take 14 piercing damage.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, 14 piercing damage. Oh, that's max damage.
Okay.
Woo!
Woo!
No, terrible.
Okay, that'll explain it.
And it bites back at you as you slashed at it, and it goes back to the top of the round. And as we're dealing with our first threat, Yorin, I'm gonna say that Mimsy notices this, just because you're right next to Yorin. You see Yorin put his hand on the wagon, and he does not hide it. He just goes, "Are you guys okay?" And you hear one voice going, "Yeah, we're fine." And Yorin runs to the side of the wagon to go into the wagon, and has you guys deal with everything that's happening out here. But we'll see what happens next episode.
Ooh.
And we'll see everybody. We'll see everybody back with pony-sized fucking roaches and oink oink boars. I don't know. I'm sorry. We'll see you all next time in the world of Veurna.
Goodbye.
Tension. Whoa.
Oh, tension.